Okay, so I've been trying to make this video several times already. I don't know how to say this. Like, the whole Charlie Kirk assassination with the whole revival in this country, people coming to Christ, going to church more, to the big revival happening where people are wanting to do that. But there's also another thing going on where after Erica forgave his killer, it's inspired a lot of people to forgive others that have done them wrong, and I'm one of those people. So just a quick backstory. I befriended a guy in jiu-jitsu. I won't mention his name for privacy reasons or anything like that. We were friends for 2 years. We befriended each other through jiu-jitsu. We had funny conversations, typical guy locker room chat over group chat and stuff, sending each other memes, going out and eating together, just connecting, sharing life stories with each other. And after maybe about a year or so of knowing him, I really got close. There was a couple red flags, I guess, but I kind of ignored it. He was not a bad guy or anything. He just had a sense of humor, a weird sense of humor, and I guess he sometimes didn't realize he was pushing boundaries emotionally or things like that. But anyway, after a year or a little over a year of getting to know him and being friends with him and sharing life stories, he ended up moving to another state. We had our goodbyes and he left, and we still stayed in touch here and there throughout the time he was living in another state, and we were planning on meeting up for almost a year, and finally it did happen. Right away I noticed that the first day or two was kind of a little bit bad, or very bad, because I think he didn't know how to handle friends staying over because it was a lot of responsibility. I think the way he talked and just how he reacted wasn't the best. Like, he would be really mean and rude, and whenever I tried to talk to him about it, he would shun me down and get mad. Never wanted to have a conversation. And right away in those 2 days I wanted to leave, because for some reason, he's not a bad guy, but he tried to provoke me. Whether he realized it or not, he would provoke me in a lot of ways that pissed me off. And whenever I try to explain it or ignore it, he doesn't want to talk about it. So I was thinking of leaving, but I couldn't. So I ended up staying a whole week. We did have some good times, but there was a lot more bad stuff that happened where he would just be rude and hostile. Not necessarily bad, he would just say things out of line and do things that were not right. For example, like, we were play fighting, and guys typically play fight. We both do jiu-jitsu and stuff, so basically he was getting me in a choke, and I was like joking around, having fun, and then he poked me in the eye by accident. It actually hurt. I told him to stop. He kept going. I then told him, seriously, please stop. Like, seriously. And he was like, it's your fault that you ran into my eye. And I told him to stop. I'm actually in pain. And I had to kick him really hard so he could stop, and he ended up letting me go. And he was joking about it with him and his other friend, who I also don't talk to anymore. I cut contacts with him because he was siding with him and stuff. Long explanation. He kind of sided with him pretty much and didn't even listen to my side. He fully believed him and believed like some lies about me that were not true and stuff. Basically, they're all laughing, and then I lost my temper, and I told him very clearly in his face that if you were not my friend, I would have punched you in the face already. You need to stop when someone says stop. And he was still laughing and was slowly fading away. And I mean, I don't need to explain this, but if you provoke someone, they're going to be mad, even if it's friends. If someone tells you to stop, you stop. But anyway, that's just one of the examples. And then after that, I thought we would talk it out and stuff, and then he ended up sending me a text right after he dropped me at the bus station. He said, you'll see in the next clip, but he was like, I just want to say I had a good time, but I realize I can't continue the friendship, and that you're too much to handle. You stress me out. And I'm like, okay, well, we've been friends for 2 years, and I think ending a friendship over a 1-week trip with issues that have happened, we should be able to talk it out. But real friends would actually talk things out, and I don't think he was ever really a true friend to begin with. I think he was just a good friend to do like jiu-jitsu and hang out with, not actually a close friend. But in life, some friendships are seasonal, so it is what it is. Actually going to send him a voicemail. I haven't reached out to him in months. The last time I reached out to him, I said I wanted to talk, was giving a long explanation, trying to be nice and polite, saying, let's talk this out. I understand friendship is not easy, telling how I felt and stuff. And then he didn't respond. And then just a month went by, I was doing my own thing, and then suddenly I was just really upset, and I just sent him a message. Nothing threatening. I just said, wow, you're such a coward. You don't even want to talk. No judgment or anything, but you're such a coward and stuff like that. And his friend was like, bro, it's all your fault, blah, blah, blah. Just say sorry. And the guy was not even understanding. I won't mention the other friend's name, but he was like, not understanding, because he was fully siding with him. He was saying all this crap about me, these lies that my other friend made of me. And luckily I had like video evidence and stuff to prove to him. And he and the other guy saw it. And they were saying things like, you always making fun of him. One example was, I deleted the footage, so I don't have it, so it's up to you guys if you want to believe me, whoever watches this. But he basically said that you posted him on social media saying you slapped him and posted it, and I actually had to take the time to edit and record, edit it and then send it to them, showing that I never did that. But regardless, the damage has already been done. So I sent it to them, and they were just quiet. And then I told the other guy, listen, I can't be friends with you either. I can't be friends with someone who stabs me in the back and sides with someone. Like, as a friend, if you're stuck in a pickle like that, what I would do is I would actually see both sides of the situation instead of jumping to conclusions. So it is what it is. That's life. But I'm going to be sending a message to him that I forgive him, and I hope he comes to Christ. I recently, let's see, my shirt, Psalm 91. I recently, since the Charlie Kirk assassination, I've been having a spiritual awakening, wanting to get back with Jesus, relationship with him, go to church and read the Bible. And after Erica's speech, it empowered me to want to forgive him. So I'm going to forgive him. Even I don't expect him to respond. In fact, I don't want him to respond. Looking back now, the friendship was pretty toxic and stuff. Him ending it was actually for the best. Yeah, that's all I got to say. But gonna do that, and yeah, that's about it. That's my story. Hey Tyler, this is Kevin. How's it going? Listen, I know I'm the last person you expect to hear from. I'm not here to try to talk to you about anything or try to rekindle the friendship. I've accepted it. It is what it is. The reason I'm reaching out to you is I just want to let you know that I forgive you for being mean from the times during the trip and being disrespectful and doing anything wrong on your end to upset me. I just want to say I forgive you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I want to have closure on my end, and also a little off topic, since the Charlie Kirk assassination, that has changed my life, and I went back to Jesus Christ, church, and reading the Bible and having a close relationship with God. And I just want to say that I forgive you. And even though you don't want to talk about it and things didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, I just want to say I hope you learn from your mistakes and you try to become a better person. And despite the sinful stuff we did on the trip, just to let you know, God forgives us as long as we repent, and I hope you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior. And even though you got a routine going on, I feel in my spirit and heart that you have some sort of emptiness in your life, and that's Jesus missing in your life. And I'm not trolling you, I'm actually being genuine. But it's really changed me, that event. So that's all I want to say. I forgive you. I hope you're doing well. Your jiu-jitsu journey going well. You don't have to reply back to me or anything like that. I don't expect that. All I can just say is I wish you the best again, and that I'll see you hopefully in the next life in heaven, man. Anyway, take care, bro. And also, you don't need to reach out to Chung Yu and stuff like last time. Sorry, like I said, for getting mad. I mean, I'm a human at the end of the day and was upset at the time. But I'm not friends with him either. I cut contact with him like months ago. So just to let you know that this is the last time you'll ever hear from me. But I really had to share this and tell you this from genuinely from my heart. So just FYI. Anyway, take care, man.